I will never forget the day Zach was born. Being that Jenny's due date was real close to Jared's birthday, she did not want to have them on the same day. She thought they should have their own special day, even if they were one day apart. I received a phone call from Jenny on the morning of June 4th, 1988, telling me that she was in labor and heading to the hospital. Little did I know that God had a sense of humor, because she wanted me to run Jared's kids' party, and she had absolutely nothing planned. Thanks, Zach. You always knew how to shake it up, even on day one. Due to all the time Zach and Jared spent in our house, they were just like my own kids. I always loved having them around. That awesome smile Zach had was contagious. I'll never forget the day Zach got his first dog. Shauna had gotten a puppy, and Zach just loved Duke. It wasn't long before he was bugging his mom and dad to get one. I was totally shocked when Jenny and Tim agreed. I'll never forget how excited Zach was the day he picked up his puppy, Sadie. Their first stop was our house, and he had this grin from ear to ear. Zach's contagious smile again is remembered by Grandma Molly. Zach, thanks for all the smiles you gave to Grandpa and I when we went on various family trips. Grandpa always told me when we returned how much he loved the time with you, especially in the swimming pools as he would lift you into the air and watch you go into the water with a happy little grin. Yes, thanks for the memories we made during those years. I will miss you, Grandma Molly. Many of you may already know this, but Zach was a very picky eater. There were not many food items that he would eat. In the early years, he would basically eat frozen pizza, Coppinger wheat bread, and it had to be that brand, no other, chicken strips, Donies, Zach's name for donuts, which a lot of family members call donuts Donies. So Nadia had a story when Zach was about 4 years old, and he stayed with Nadia and Dave for the weekend. The first day he ate a whole package of Donies that Jenny had sent because he refused to eat anything else. So to the store Nadia went and purchased 2 more packages. That was the only thing he ate all weekend. What a great weekend he had, because I'm sure Jenny and Tim would have never let him eat 3 packages of donuts in a weekend. What a bad weekend for Nadia and Dave, since I'm sure with all that sugar he was bouncing off the walls. His little stubborn side had showed way back then. When Zach would stay at our house, Jenny would always send food that Zach would eat. Apparently my cooking was not up to Zach's standards. Jenny and I were talking before one of these days, and she was telling me what food items she was bringing. She mentioned she was sending Kraft mac and cheese, and I proceeded to tell her that she didn't need to send that because I had Easy Mac. She told me he definitely would not eat Easy Mac since she had just had this issue with him. Kraft had changed the looks of the box and put cheesier on the label. Zach saw this and was indignant that Jenny would buy anything other than regular old Kraft mac and cheese, which this would have made a great commercial. She had to take him to the store and show them that on the shelves, all of the Kraft macaroni and cheese said cheesier. They had just changed the label. Little did he know, even though his mom sent the regular Kraft, I fed him Easy Mac. Didn't tell him the difference until after he ate it. And believe it or not, after that, he would eat Easy Mac. I learned a big lesson that day. Always hide the package from Zach. Jenna will never forget one day she got a phone call from Zach. The first thing out of Zach's mouth was, "Don't panic." Of course, the first thing you're going to do is panic. "I just need to ask you a question." She then asked what was going on, knowing something significant must have happened. Zach then asked what were the signs of a concussion. He admitted he had fallen off a pipe skateboarding and hit his head. No concussion, but I'm sure this was not the first or the last skateboarding accident. The love Shauna had for Zach was out of this world. They had become close the last couple of years. They had a connection in the family that was undeniable because they were what Zach always called the outcast of the family, even though he knew deep down they were not. Their endless talks about life and happiness, along with inspiration to each other, will never be forgotten, and that is what Shauna will hold on to forever. I will never forget how Seth, my grandson, loved Zach. Seth would get so excited when Zach would come in the office. Seth would run up to him, want to hug on him, and by the look on Zach's face, you could tell this was not Zach's cup of tea. He didn't get that from his dad, because Tim loves to hug on little kids. But Zach would always accommodate Seth, and to me that showed a compassionate side of Zach, which I will ever be grateful for. Aunt Nancy remembers how she used to call Zach Man, Super Dude. When Tom and Nancy would watch Jared and Zach, they would sit together on the couch and watch cartoons and movies. His favorites then were Great Mouse Detective and We're Back. In fact, our kids still watch these movies today. She also let him eat as many Dunkaroos as he wanted. Tim and Jenny had bought a big box, the Sam's Club size, and she was so surprised when she looked in the box and over half of the Dunkaroos were gone. Again, Zach loved his sweets. She also remembers last Christmas and how much fun the cousins were having playing games and talking. When it was time to go, Zach gave her a hug, and his hug was so real, so warm, so loving. She said to Tom that night that it was nice to get such a real hug from him. She will love Zach forever and ever. Artis's best memory was the day they spent on Anna Marie Island in Florida with Bob, Marilyn, Tim, Jenny, Jared, Zach, and Mom. They were at the beach walking and swimming when someone spotted stingrays swimming in the ocean. Jenny and Zach were scared and quickly jumped out of the water, but Tim just as quickly jumped in to follow them. Also, Tim and Jenny always let Rob and Artie ride on their boat when we would have the sisters boating weekend. We would enjoy many water cannon fights, water balloon fights, swimming, and water skiing. What an awesome time. For those of you that are not familiar with Facebook, there is a questionnaire going around that is 25 things you don't know about me. And I just chose 5 of those things Zach had written that caught my eye. Number 1, I eat my meals at the strangest times. And Jenny just the other day said that's exactly true. Number 2, when I was a kid, I did the dumbest pain-causing things anyone can think of on a daily basis. Rosina will testify to that. Rosina moved next door to Zach 17 years ago, and they became good friends from day one. Number 3, I have a piece of lead in my thumb from stabbing myself with a pencil in 7th grade. I guess that was my first tattoo. Number 4, once in Florida, I sprained my ankle, got locked in a metal board, and got hit by a car, all in 48 hours. Not funny at the time, but Zach and many of us had quite a laugh afterwards. And this last one is priceless. My brother's wedding is one of the funnest times I've had. I would like to end with a very fitting poem titled Broken Chain. Little did we know that day, God was going to call your name. In life we loved you dearly, in death we do the same. It broke our hearts to lose you, you did not go alone. For part of us went with you, the day God called you home. You left us beautiful memories, your love is still our guide, and although we cannot see you, you are always at our side. Our family chain is broken, and nothing seems the same, but as God calls us one by one, the chain will link again. Thanks, Zach, for the wonderful memories, and we love you forever. And to Tim, Jenny, Jared, Tabitha. Psalm 34:18. May each of you find comfort in knowing that God is near to those that are brokenhearted and those who are crushed in spirit, he saves. Isaiah 25:8. He has promised to soon swallow up death forever and to wipe the tears from all our faces. We love you.